What is going on, you beautiful people? Adidas here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today, we got ourselves a classic, a nutty game on a nutty map. Just look at this map from a glance. Look at all those roads. This is like Cole's wet dream we're looking at here. And also, you might have noticed, there's not one, there's not two, there's 3 HQs. And unlike Labs, if you lose one HQ, you lose the entire game. So this is a pretty wonky map. The map is called Dredging the Iron River, by the way, by Sulfur, and he's a good dude. Check out his channel. I know he's having a tournament sometime in February, so check that out. But and I actually play tested this map for him during a live stream, and actually he implemented some of the changes I wanted, like this pipe seemed to make the airports less overpowered. So shout outs to Sulfur. Anyway, because of those 3 HQs, this makes something very unique about the map. You're going to have high income. We're not talking about day 3 recons. We're talking about day 3 tanks here. You're going to have 10k, 11k, something like that on day 3 because each of those HQs counts as 1,000 funds. So you're going to start off with a lot of funds. However, what's unique about this map is it actually peters out. It's not a high-income map at all. In fact, it's 19k per side, all things equal. So that's on the lower to medium level of income. But it's really front-loaded because you get a lot of money at the start, but in the end, not that high in income. But there is also 2 comp towers for each side, so it's going to be a lot of smashing units. A lot of 1 and 2 hit KOs, especially when you have the likes of Max and a lot of weak terrain. You do have a decent amount of silos alongside the cities as well, so it's not all 0 terrain, but not very many forests in the middle. It's a lot of roads and bridges. So, now we're talking about the tiers here. We're talking about a tier 2 game, Olaf, Eagle, Max. And because it is a lower income map, I think Max has some viability here, but I do think Olaf is king here. However, I will note Winter Fury is not going to be that big a deal when there's a lot of roads. It's going to do the 2 damage like it always does, but in terms of the snow, you're not going to really delay much unless you're from the base over here. And there's just a few planes in the way of each base. Over here, Winter Fury, you're barely going to notice it. You're just going to be like Minnesota, get like 3 feet of snow and you don't even notice it because like, oh, I'm used to it. The only bases that are going to be affected are these 2 bases over here and air units as well. So yeah, Olaf isn't as overpowered as normal, so the Max pick is actually not bad. You get a lot of 1 and 2 hit KOs because of Max, because you're going to have these extra comm towers. Tanks are going to one-shot infantry on planes, I believe, if not roads. Obviously roads, but also maybe planes when you have 2 comm towers. So the strong side is over here for red, obviously, because there's 2 bases versus 1 base in an airport. Kind of a weaker airport because of this little pipe seam, which is good. And then you have this pipe seam here. So these HQs are a little bit dangerous. Once you break this pipe seam, you kill the black boat, this HQ is cappable. So have to be aware of that. But the most important thing are these properties in the middle. The comm towers are slightly contested. These bases here are definitely the most contested. These cities right here, these 4, and maybe the comm towers as well. You can make a case for pushing for it, but in the end, it is only 2 turns reinforced for blue over here. And as red, it's going to take more turns. Because you got these 2 red bases here, or 2 blue bases here, and it's going to take a longer for these other bases to reinforce. So the comp towers, mildly contested. I mean, they're like a light contested property. And the properties on the corners over here can be contested depending where you put your units. But anyway, without further ado, let's talk about the players real quick. Shu LV 1, 3, whatever. He plays a lot of games. Olaf is Cancer, is high funds, high fun. He plays a lot of games. These guys are like game crankers. They crank out like 10 games a day. These guys are responsible for like half the games played in live league, probably. Actually, you add in Poland, these 2 dudes, and that's literally probably half of all of live league games. I'm not exaggerating, including alts. So makes a lot of sense. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin. So starting off in the bottom, in the bluebies, we got Shu as Olaf. In the top, in the orange Gatangs, we got Olaf as Cancer. And aptly, he wants to beat up Olaf because Olaf's a baddie. And maybe he can make Olaf pay this time. Because Olaf always wins in tier 2, apparently. So we'll see if he's successful. So far, nothing too interesting. Going for the front base over there. Everything's basically mirrored. Yeah, pretty standard infantry build so far. We do not seeing any tanks. Look at all this money. No one wants tanks, though, because the opportunity cost of building a tank is you can't build an infantry. And with so many properties that are uncaptured right now, you kind of want to focus on your capture game rather than your tanks. But you could build tanks. You can get a really early battlecopter, which I expect from both sides. Probably as soon as you're able to, you're going to build a battlecopter. Now I have a double tanky build by Olaf as Cancer. And, yeah, we'll see where those tankies go. So, already a little cute boosty, right? I mean, honestly, You can go here and cap these two. What? You can reach the same thing, but it's cute. It's adorable. What can we talk about? And we already see a day 6 medium tank. How often do you say that in a sentence when you're not playing high funds? A day 6 medium tank. That is just wild to me. But looks like the tank is not centralizing over here. I thought they might do a little center here, like a V formation, but instead going for over here and denying the comm tower. But I wouldn't go where this medium tank is going. Maybe he's like wants to draw the medium tank over here and then he front shifts back over here. I'm not really sure what the game plan is versus big old beefy medium tank, but don't be fooled. This map has a lot of C tiles, and in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it can actually reach over here, but blue cannot reach that C. It's a little confusing. I was a little visually confused as well when I looked at this map from all the C tiles and whatnot. They kind of blend in pretty decently. And we actually have a recon after tanks. And like I said, recons are good on this map because there's a lot of roads, so don't be surprised by later game recons. But the medium tank just barrels up front. Goes for the comp tower here. Builds his own Reeky Freaky because he wants to stop this cap, probably, and also attack the tank. So both are going for the middle property to see. If he went over here, he could choose between the comp tower or this property. Now I'm sort of expecting red to attack right here and interrupt that because as Max, you want to have the income advantage or else you're just going to lose because Olaf's global damage is overpowered, all things created equal. So you need to use your day-to-day max powers in order to actually get a distinctive advantage. So I'm assuming he's going to interrupt there. And will he? He does from the road. Badonk. Ooh, low roll though. Ugh. Doesn't have a comm tower. He doesn't have either comm tower yet, so that's a bad roll. But this Reeky Freaky can finish him off if need be. And this is already looking a little sussy Baka over here. Goes for an attack over here on the infantry, but that's a free kill for the medium tank. What is this infantry trying to do? Capture this property? It can't. There's a like, what is... He's going to go in there, probably? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can enter... Like, what is his plan here? That's going to one-shot it, isn't it? This is really bizarre. Blue will have a comm tower. I think that's a one-shot, right? Interesting. Attacks into that. Okay, that's interesting. I thought he would attack the tank for chip damage. Let's see if it's a one-shot. It is not a one. Maybe he needed to use that 2 HP infantry to finish off. I don't know how much of a roll that is, but it lives in red gets this property. I do not think in any scenario sacrificing this tank for one property is worth it. I don't understand. This is a lively game. I forgot to mention this is a lively game, so a lot of bamboonism going in. Yeah, you're just going to lose this infantry next turn. Like, for what? For that property for like 3 turns? But, Shu attacks into a tank on a silo, but it's within base range. So this tank is overextended. I don't like this positioning by red. You're better off putting it on the city over here where it's not within base range. Because now you can just start a tank chain as blue, which is exactly what he's going to do. And it's not really going to be a long-term threat. Because he can't keep fighting into this because blue's going to build a neo tank eventually. He's going to build everything. Everything's way too overextended for red. Red needs to back the blup up and put some more pressure elsewhere. You need to fight on the sides, away from the base. You don't want to be fighting in base range over here. That's how you lose the game as Max versus Olaf. So, and he fights into it anyway, and he brings his BP in too. He's trying to overload. Attack here, attack here. The tank can only attack one at once. It's probably going to attack the silo one anyway. But it looks like red's going for the long-term comm tower deny, which is very ambitious, I should add. What can Blueby do? Blueby dooby doo. Goes for this property. That's not rhyming or funny. But anyway, he brings his infantry forward. Riki comes in, gets a little peeky. This medium tank's probably going to go over in this general vicinity. He has to be careful, though, because he has no medium tank backup. So, and you don't want to get shellacked by this red medium tank right here. So, has to decide that. Goes for the tank. Easy kill. Kills right there. Where's the medium tank going to go? It just sits there in a very passive position. Okay. I would have loved maybe like put it on this. I don't know. It's really, you want it on the HQ, but you don't want to delete your back boat because if you're on the HQ, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and go on that silo next turn. But you're kind of in a weird territory here because then red can kill this, and medium tank can go on top of that. And you can't reach the silo, so you have to attack from a road in the top or the side, and you're not going to win that battle versus Max. Especially when Max is going to have 2 comm towers versus your 1. So I think that's what red's going to do. Oh, he does the opposite. He allows his medium tank to get spanked, so he's probably going to block with a recon. Alright, so forcing blue to delete the black boat in order to get that revenge shot. Interesting move. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's very peculiar. Not going for the comm tower, going for the city. Battlecopter covers, so whatever attacks over here will get shellacked. This anti-air will not reach in 2 turns. Very interesting start so far. A little dubious over here. Blue's getting pretty far. There's a Riki over here getting the peaky too, so we gotta guard that HQ. Like I said, any of the HQs fall, you fall. So, Red doing a lot of base skipped. He skipped 2 turns ago too. Very curious. He's he's a strong live league player, so he knows what he's doing, I guess. Delays the black boat, gets the Riki kill. I guess that's what Red actually wanted. So, but he's gonna lose this property. That whole little shenanigans about that property, not quite worth it. And here comes an RD. We got the artillery spam by Olaf. Oh my god, we got 3 RDs. We got a grit roll player on our hands. And okay, I guess that's to block the infantry from capturing here. I'm curious what he's going to do with this medium tank. You would not attack a medium tank from a road onto an HQ. That's going to be like knock it down to like a 6. I think this is going to knock you down to also like a 6 or a 5. So not a great trade if you attack from the road onto an HQ. I do like copters a lot on this map. Blue needs copters badly. Red already is seeing the value in these battle copters. Look, you can attack anywhere. And there's so many like random sea tiles, pipe seams, and stuff. You can dip and dodge around these anti-air. The anti-airs are like, it's going to be hard keeping up. This is a strong air map, which is why there's this pipe seam to weaken air, make it more balanced. So, Red friendships his big old medium tank over here, and Blue is in no position to capture this property here. You could capture the comm tower here. Red may try to interrupt. We'll see what he does. Easy cap for Blue. Goes for the comm tower. Should be an easy cap. Actually, there is a anti-air here. Or, sorry, an artillery right there. Red could opt to interrupt his own cap in order to stop it, but that seems incredibly dubious. If I were Red, I'd play to stop Blue from getting this property and play Blue from getting this property, and he can have 19 to 17k, and that's a pretty winnable game, I would say. And then you have your vehicle firepower. I think that would be a pretty good way to go as Red, but we'll see what he does. He might be a little over-aggressive. This is a live league game after all. So, not much time to think, not much time to, yep, exactly, he does attack. So, stops the cap. Blue might actually do a combine here in order to guarantee that he gets the comm tower. We'll see. Really feisty copter, really feisty medium tank, and he's getting close to a power, so whatever attacks into this, expect to have 1 extra movement on vehicles and direct units, except for infantry. Tanky's coming in. This is getting a little scary, and Blue's already bunched up over here, frightened. He's like, ooh, okay, let's take it a little easy, guys. Oh, okay. Because Max's power spike becomes before Olaf. Look at that 2-tower hit there. Boom, 8-3. You don't see that very often. So Blue is already looking incredibly defensive. And as Olaf, you want to be a little defensive, but he's struggling. But he is a hit on income. How is this possible? Well, where is Red struggling to? Oh, he hasn't captured this property yet. That's why. That's why they're equal right now. But medium tank comes in. I don't know about that trade. 6-5. Okay. Oh man, he's going in. He's going in, but that's not even a trade. That's not even a trade, man. What is going on? This is getting baboonian. This is like you're just praying. You're spraying and praying. Yeah. Okay. I think this is gonna be devastating for Red. He can slaughter this, or he could back up. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's got 13 minutes to think. Shu only has 7 minutes. Does not use this, so I would use like the power. 1-shot the recon, kill the tank, kill the infantry, 1-shot that artillery. You probably kill this, and the anti-air won't reach you. This kills another artillery. You can kill 2 artillery, tank right here, recon right. I would do that, man. But he's not doing it. He's not doing it. He's going for that instead. He's going for some weird KOs. And so he wants the safe KO over here. Interesting. But if he gets this, I mean, he's not going to get this because Olaf has enough charge. You have to, like, bring everything back. And he seems to be doing that. Yeah, he's pulling back, but Blue's easily, he can just sack something to this medium tank. And he'll get the charge. Like that, exactly. Exactly. Okay. Do what you gotta do, Boonga, Banga. Taking terrible trades in order to get Winter Fury, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Here comes the Winter Fury, so he's denying this cap, which would have been catastrophic, to be honest. Here comes Blue. He got his power spike before Olaf is cancer. He's even able to use his CO power. So not all hope is lost for Mr. Shu. Shu's struggling, though. He's struggling. What is Olaf's plan? He's probably just gonna like chill for a bit, hold back. He's got more units. He's got 27 to 21. 7 tanks for blue, 7 tanks for red. Actually, it's pretty even now that I mention it. But the worst is over for blue. I mean for red. Now that the Winter Fury has been played, this is going to be terrifying. So blue's got to be like, oh, okay, let's play a little safe here. If you fight into this, there is a superpower from Max coming, and a superpower from Max is scary. So what can blue do here? Blue somehow has maintained the income. He can try and interrupt that, but if there's all these there, I don't think I would want to do that. I don't think I want to do that. This is looking scary. 4 tanks versus 2 over here, so red is winning over here. Blue still has not captured this property where red has. He's going to get this property seemingly. Seemingly. He does. No problem. Ni problema. So Bluey, slowly but surely, he's only behind 1k. It's this one property. That's all he's behind. Well, we'll see about that soon, but only behind 1 property. But now he's doing the front shift, seemingly, towards over here. What's his idea? He wants to get back this property, probably. Blue shifting over to the left. Okay. Tanks are like, nah, you can have that. Almost even leaving the HQ incredibly exposed, which kind of is. 2 turns. There's a copter and 4 tanks. 5 tanks. This could be scary, and interestingly enough, bang! Breaks to the pipe seam. So now, incredibly easy to get this property, the HQ. This is looking really rough for blue. This is looking rough for Blueby. Blueby Doo over here. Said Blueby Doo. So, red's like, alright, you can have these, I guess. And he's probably going to blast the pipe seam with these 2. The tank plus this. Or maybe even 2 artillery, but looking really bad for blue over here. You can't even reach that, can you? Yeah, that's gone. So what can Blueby do? What can Blueby do? Okay, he's going for this property over here. And the HQ is not far away. HQ is not far away, but Max is a power, guys. Let's just forget Max is a power. Now this is a very interesting attack, because if the copter just uses a power and attacks from here, this anti-air will not reach it. Hell, even if you move this infantry, you don't even need to use the power. You attack copter to tank right here, this anti-air does not reach it. Very dubious, but I think he's freaking out about the HQ threat. Will red use the power? No. Patient. Patient as a gopher. I don't know if that's a phrase, but it should be one. Patient as a gopher. And looks like red's going to be gobbling that up. He's going to gobble. Going to gobble everything up. He's a freaking turkey. He's gobbling. What is Blueby going to do? Blueby is like all in over here. This is looking a little sussy. Is he going for the HQ? That's looking a little less scary. Let's see what Blueby can do. But because red is just dominating over here. And there's no pipe seam. That's a streamline right through. This recon can reach over there incredibly quickly. Blueby, okay. As soon as I see Blueby not capture that with this guy, well, maybe this guy will capture it, but that's looking like an HQ attack right there. And red has still not used the power, which is wild to me. And okay, he's going for it. He is going for the HQ. This is a last-ditch effort. He runs out of time. He couldn't even build more units. He couldn't even move this tank. And red, is he going to use the power? This is decimation. This is blue's only hope. And there's a max force. Not a max blast, a max force. Using his power instead of his super. Yeah, good luck, Blueby. Bang. Whew. Got lucky there. Got really lucky right there, because I would open the floodgates. But red brings his coppers. These are kind of out of position, to be honest. They're out of position, but there's still a big old beefy medium tank. Yeah, this is looking bad for Blueby. This is looking really bad for Blueby. I know the end of this movie for Blueby. Does Blueby even stand a chance? Blizzard. Last ditch effort with 2 minutes on the clock. Can Blueby do it? Recon kills an infantry. Attacks. Attacks. Kills off that. Okay. Tank out of position, but it's finally coming in now. Just cobbling together a bunch of units. Doesn't even attack the tank over here because I guess that's unfavorable. HQ cap, but it's snow. This copter can't reach. This tank can't reach. This tank can't. What can reach the HQ? This tank? One, and the copter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even with the power, this copter won't reach. So what? Only things that can reach. This tank here. 1, 2. Medium tank can't reach. This tank, this medium tank, and this copter are the only things that can reach his infantry. Wow. Can blue hold? Well, the bad news for blue, 3 comm towers. Alright guys, you think blue can hold? Let's find out. I don't know who you're rooting for, but let's find out. Kills a recon. Okay. Copter comes in. Boonga. Tank comes in. Tank comes in. Attacks the tank. Oh, he's going for the power. He gets the max force. Is it enough? Is it enough? This still cannot reach the infantry. This still cannot reach the infantry. Oh, like I said, only this medium tank and only this tank can reach. Now, only this tank can reach. That's the only unit that can reach now. Oh, my goodness. It reaches. It reaches. And red breaks through the HQ cap. And there's a Neotank. And once you see the golf ball of doom, you say, gee, jizzle. Good game. Whew. Man, I thought for a second blue might pull it off. This was a pretty good wall right here. Imagining that he didn't end his turn prematurely and maybe got this tank in position as well. So he had a better blocker than this 1 HP artillery. Imagine if this was a full HP tank. Things could have gone slightly better for him, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if he had more units in position. Maybe had more infantry. You could have used. Honestly, you can use these things to ferry infantry. And neither of them use them to ferry infantry quicker to the side. It's kind of a cool little trick. But yeah, scary, wary. But looks like in the end, Olaf did indeed have cancer, and he paid the price. So, love myself a good old HQ rush. Love myself a good old Max first Olaf game. So, hope you guys were entertained. Hope you guys learned something. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.